Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here with the next part of the Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Road to Top 10 in OU. Thank everybody for all the support. As I've been saying, thank you very much. I appreciate the comments, the likes. Helps me out. If we can get 1,000 likes, that'd be great. Again, it helps out my content. And do it if you like the content. If you don't worry about it. Leave a dislike, leave, do whatever you want. That's fine, that's on you. Anyway, today we have a team from Anthony64, and let's get right into it. So I just want to give this guy a shout out as he pasted full descriptions of the team, and I actually went back today to reread them because typically what I do is when people give me teams, I'll run some calcs, I'll try and figure out why they put this there, and then I'll tell you guys in this team breakdown, obviously. But he actually put a lot of descriptions, so I appreciate that. I went back today to reread them, and they were gone for whatever reason, but luckily I copied the team and have a decent memory. So anyway, well, sort of decent memory. The first member is M-Scizor. Now this team is based around Cursed M-Scizor, so it's basically Cursed M-Scizor plus 5 Pokemon that can help deal with everything that stops M-Scizor from putting in work. So Cursed M-Scizor is really cool because it allows it to 1v1 with ease Pokemon like GRENINJA and ZYGARDE, Swordsdance or Bulk Up TAPU BULU, which is rising in popularity, and basically physical setup mons, as Curse is a move that just allows Scizor to boost alongside them, you know, similar to obviously Coil. It's boosting his attack while boosting its defense, and speed doesn't really matter when it comes to M-Scizor. So it's Curse, Roost, Bullet Punch. Typically the last move you'll see is Knockoff, but this one is U-Turn, so that way you don't lose Scizor's utility. And basically because Scizor lures in pretty, you know, common Pokemon, Toxapex, Celesteela, Heatran, just to name 3. This allows Scizor to get on out of there and bring in Pokemon that deal with that, aiding in a Scizor sweep later on. 104 defense, 248 HP means that you are not 2-hit KO'd by Bandit 1,000 arrows from ZYGARDE after rocks. 156 Spadef helps you take on Megazam and Lele a little bit better. So next up we have Heatran. Heatran is the Spadef on the team. It's a rocker. It has Magma Storm leftovers. This with a calm nature, this allows you to 1v1 Toxapex. Basically, you'll Magma Storm them, they're trapped, taunt them, prevent them from going for recovery, and then beat them down with Earth Power. One of the main mons that Scizor wants gone if it wants to sweep with Curse. Especially since Bullet Punch is the move you're going to be clicking for the most part. Spadef also helps deal with opposing Heatran, as we guarantee live a modest Earth Power from Heatran, and then we knock them out 100% after rocks. It also does like 95% minimum, whereas their Earth Power will only do 96% max. The 56 speed helps you outspeed just max speed Mawa and things like that. It was a really interesting benchmark that he hit. I felt like it was for like more sets that were used back in the day, but it still helps out, I guess, in Mawa's case. Obviously, you want to be able to outspeed that. Though Scizor isn't, I mean, Heatran isn't the best answer to Mawa on this team. We have Scizor for knockoff because we don't want Heatran being knocked off, obviously. Taunt helps us beat down Clefable and whatnot. Spadef also helps us take on, you know, fairy moves coming in and dragon moves in general. So next up we have TAPU BULU. Now this is a set that's rising in popularity, whether it be Swords Dance or Bulk Up, Hornly, Sewer Power, Protect. Other moves that can be interchanged on this set, again it's rising in popularity, is Synthesis over Protect and Stone Edge over Sewer Power. So the idea of this set is you Swords Dance Leech Seed with Protect and Grassy Terrain. You actually 1v1 defensive Tornadus, because at +2 you 2-hit KO them with Horn Leech, and their Hurricane only does about 50-something%. Maybe close to 60. With the Hornleech recovery, with leftovers and grassy terrain, you're beating it. So they're either forced to switch out or they have to risk another Hurricane hitting. Protect is also just good for scouting and again just getting extra recovery. If my opponent, for example, I bring in BULU, I go for Hornleech, they bring out Heatran, and let's say my BULU's at like 60% because I just switched it in on GRENINJA or something like that. It was my Hydro Pump switching, which is what BULU does on the team as well. It is one of the GRENINJA, Ash GRENINJA switch-ins. I can Protect and get back, you know, leftovers and grassy terrain. So really nice for BULU. I also live a Magma Storm from Heatran, and +2 Sewer Power does knock out Tran after just a little bit of prior damage. So really nice for BULU. Again, Water Resist on the team, Dark Resist on the team. 72 speed, I believe it's for opposing SD BULU, as a lot of them are just running max. But yeah, besides that, really cool, interchangeable with Bulk Up in my opinion. Next up, we have Choice Band ZYGARDE. This is one of the Zard Y checks on the team, outside of, you know, Heatran, obviously. But Heatran can't do anything to Zard Y. Only Magma Storm, Earth Powers on the Roost. But Choice Band ZYGARDE, I very much agree with this set. 1,000 arrows, Extreme Speed, Iron Tail, and Toxic. I don't think Outrage is necessary. For the most part, you're not clicking it anyway. You're literally clicking 1,000 arrows on Pokemon that it's super effective against, or anything else just because it's 1,000 arrows. Extreme Speed is there to pick off Pokemon like Greninja, Weaken Tapu Koko, maybe a Weaken Hawlucha, Pokemon like that. Iron Tail does a ton to Clefable. It's a 2-hit KO on Clefable and a 2-hit KO on Tapu BULU. Toxic is the last move. This allows you to basically wear down opposing Tapu BULU, since that will be your #1 switch-in, in my opinion. That should be your #1 switch-in, maybe even defensive landers. So getting a Toxic off on them better helps Scizor beat Pokemon like that 1v1. Better helps ZYGARDE later click 1,000 arrows. Just max speed, max attack, adamant nature. Ash Greninja is the next teammate, and it is the Spiker on the squad. It's also Ash Greninja. You guys know what it does: Hydro Pump, Dark Pulse, Water Shuriken, Specs. It is very, very, very threatening, especially with Heatran trapping Toxapex, or and also, you know, effectively gets rid of Heatran for Scizor. Like I said, the entire team is based around Cursed Scizor actually doing something. Ideally, we get a Cursed Scizor sweep. I would like that, or at least it KOs like 1 or 2 mon. That's what I would very much like. But Ash Greninja is pretty much its own monster, as it just sets up spikes as you expect your opponent to switch, and then later, because you have spikes up, Pokemon like Assault Vest, Tangrowth, and Toxapex don't come in as easy. BULU doesn't come in as easy, and we have the best BULU switching in the tier, which is Cursed Mega Scizor, so we don't really care about that. So they pair really, really well together, and Greninja obviously dealing with Scizor's weakness in fire. Last but not least, we have I was about to say Assault Vest Tornadus, but no, this is Titanium Z Tornadus with Focus Blast. Again, idea of the team, helps Scizor win. So Z Focus Blast gets rid of Heatran, does a good number to Celesteela. Knockoff is also really nice as well, getting rid of Celesteela's leftovers. Hurricane hits really hard if we do connect with our max special attack, and it's also the defogger on the team. Z Focus Blast is also really nice for Tyranitar, because for the most part, they will stay on Tornadus, and just steel types in general, allowing Scizor to do work. So that is the team for today. Let's get right into the live. So we got a sticky web matchup, but my goodness, Tornadus is ridiculous in this. It does not care about webs at all. I have to be careful about Araquanid, as it's obviously annoying for me. Tornadus, if it hits its Hurricanes, I think I win this game, because Hurricane gets rid of Pinsir, Kartana, Keldeo, Araquanid, but it's more likely Sash, and Titanium Z Focus Blast gets rid of Heatran. So looking at the team, my Scizor checks his Kartana, and I'm expecting him to actually lead off with the Araquanid and go for the sticky web. So what I'm going to do is actually lead off with my Scizor, go for the U-turn just to break its focus sash, and I want to bring out Tornadus, but I'm not sure if I want to press my luck this early. But what I learned from one of my tournament games recently is that, man, if you have the attack, click it, because I rather lose by risking attack than safely lose, if that makes sense, right? Like, I can play around my opponent, but I have to hit Hurricanes anyway in this game, so I can safely lose if I don't. But I love BULU's ability to deal with Keldeo. Mega Pinsir is obviously a problem. This first turn is actually really interesting. If it's max speed, Araquanid will outspeed me. If not, this becomes scary for me, because I'm tempted now to actually not go out into Tornadus, as Liquidation would knock me out. But I'm fairly positive this Araquanid is... you're going for webs, dude. Like, okay. I'm fairly positive this Araquanid can't do crap right now. Cursed Scizor is also decent, as it should be able to beat Pinsir, potentially, if I curse up 3 times versus his +1 SD. That's fine, I'll defog later, I guess. It's for sure not a liquidation kill, though. Anyway, I'm gonna bring out BULU just in case. He's definitely going for webs. Yeah. And what he should go for now is potentially either the Poison Jab if he has it, or Lunge. I don't expect him to go for a liquidation, as it makes no sense on BULU. Yeah, Leech Life works too. Hurricane, if it does connect. I talked about Tornadus being important, but it's literally only important in this game if it does connect its attacks. I'm going to go for it. 70%. We do connect. We get rid of Araquanid. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm assuming Heatran might want to come out, and if that's the case, I will for sure go for all-out pummeling. Maybe Lele is something my opponent wants to go for. The great thing is BULU is at full HP, so it should be able to live any hit from Lele. Interesting switch. Right there. Keldeo. I see Wind. It's not going to do anything. Goes for Hydro Pump. Not too big of a deal in my opinion, as I can just safely go for Horn Leech. I don't have to bother predicting Heatran. I was thinking about going for, and it's on a balloon too, so I was actually thinking about going for the going for the what's it called? The superpower there, but Pinsir was also a play my opponent can make. So we're gonna go right back on Tornadus because it's on a balloon. He shouldn't be able to knock me out as he goes for rocks, and that's like the best turn I could ask for because I get a defog. I get rid of both of them. I'll live a Fire Blast for sure, and Z Focus Blast. I'm assuming that's offensive Heatran. We'll be able to get rid of it. 190 base power, bro. Yeah, it's great. We don't deal with webs. We don't deal with rocks this entire game. Absolutely amazing for me. Absolutely amazing. I like how my opponent tried to psych me out there, and it definitely worked. I'm just glad I hit the Hurricane that mattered. So Lele comes out. Lele could for sure be Scarf. I'm going to make the BULU play, as I don't want to go hard Heatran on potentially Calm Mind Lele, as he goes out into Kartana. Very cool play on my opponent's part, but I do have a Curse, Mega Scizor, under Grassy Terrain, so your SD set shouldn't be able to knock me out, even with All Out Pummeling. Like, I'm pretty sure All Out Pummeling I'll be able to eat. Wow. That destroyed me. Yeah, that absolutely I expected Curse Mega Scizor to eat that. I know it's +2 All Out Pummeling, but what? I guess because I'm so used to max defense. Like, literally max defense. So, it's good to know that this thing isn't Scarf, because that's the freest Dark Pulse. It doesn't matter if Keldeo comes out, it's not a problem. My opponent actually gives me Ash Greninja, which I think is pretty... I think it's really bad for my opponent. Yeah. So Keldeo's going to come out. I want to keep Heatran alive as it deals with this. Tornadus is literally incredible in this. And with no rocks up, Greninja will always live a +2 attack from Pinsir. So I think the play I'm going to make is ZYGARDE as a mid-ground play because this deals with the potential Pinsir double. Yep. And this gives me 1,000 arrows on Pinsir, which will be neutral as it SDs, and I can easily just go for the Water Shuriken and knock him out. So I'll give him this KO here. Yeah, I'll give him this KO here. +2 quick attack from Pinsir does not knock me out. It doesn't knock out Ash Greninja ever, but I know that for a fact since they nerfed it, but I'm going to calc it just to make sure. I'm pretty positive I know my calc, though. Either way, I go for Water Shuriken, but I'm just thinking if Dark Pulse is the better play. Oh, okay. It has a small chance to knock me out. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Water Shuriken. Nice. So one play my opponent could have potentially made there was gotten Lele, obviously, which I don't think is. I'm not sure why you went Keldeo. It gives me BULU always. You literally have to be HP poisoned, and by your doubles, you're not. So I get him BULU here as he goes Lele. We're gonna get in Heatran just in case it's a calm mindset, but I don't think it is. I think it's Scarf or Specs, solely based on the fact that my opponent doubled multiple times. I'm actually gonna get up my rocks here. Now the reason I'm getting up rocks is because I expect him to want to go out into Keldeo, so if I can just pressure that to one Dark Pulse knocking him out will be good. If my opponent goes for a double here too, it doesn't make a difference as I am Spadef as hell BULU, and now I have Grassy Terrain up. Yeah, and I 2-hit KO you, and you do absolutely nothing to me. Not even a crit would be able to deal with me, so I think it might have been Scarf Lele then on his Sticky Web team, and maybe Specs Keldeo. I wasn't really paying attention to the damage on BULU, but great first win. I told you how much work Tornadus puts in this, and I thought Scizor would actually eat a hit from Kartana since I'm so used to Impish Scizor. But then again, I made the wrong play anyway. Looking back at it, Roost is the play. I didn't realize how much it did. Roost is definitely a play. I think it's like 80. So had I lived that, Roost was definitely my play, because then he couldn't put in as much work versus me. So a really similar team. A few scary mons in my opinion. Torn, for example, was a very threatening one. I love my own Tornadus as a lead. I feel like I get a free knockoff on something, and this will be really good for potentially getting rid of his Rocky Helmet, his own Rocky Helmet Tornadus. And like I switch in well toward into Lele. Torn's just getting this game in general. I'm leading Torn. I'm assuming my opponent will lead Landorus. I think it's Scarf Landorus on this team, plus Rocks Tran. Mega Mawile is checked by Heatran. Heatran checks 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5. Heatran's really good. Love Toxic on ZYGARDE in this because it allows BULU to beat Tangrowth 1v1, especially if it's not Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb from Tangrowth to that BULU set does like 60, 70. So with Protect plus Horn Leech, I actually recover. So we're going to knock turn 1. That looks like Rocky Helmet. As he goes for U-turn. Great. So he knows I'm not Rocky Helmet. And that knock turn 1 is great because I don't have to worry about when BULU attacks and losing HP. So an amazing turn 1. We want a speed tie, which was even better for us. Would love if you go Heatran now. So I can just all out pummeling you. That'd be fire. It might be Z Heatran too. Maybe it's Z Lele instead. I'm not sure. Huh. This is Scarf, right? Like this has to be Scarf. Let me just ignore opponent, ignore spectators. You could have Edge too. This mon is a problem right here. This mon is for sure a problem. I'm gonna bring my ZYGARDE. I think it's Scarf. I'm gonna go for U-turn. Yeah, but I didn't want to risk anything else. And ZYGARDE coming in means I can Toxic Tangrowth if anything. He might go for Knock, and I don't mind my. Huh? Are you Specs, dude? So BULU is the best switching as it gets recovery, but the other play I can make is obviously going Heatran, but I don't want Heatran taking too much damage because then Mawile becomes a threat. So I'm gonna bring out my my BULU here. You're Scarf, dude. There's no way you're not Scarf. I'm gonna throw off a Super Power just in case he wants to bring out Heatran. I don't think you would bring out Heatran. I actually think you should bring out Tornadus always. But this still would give me potentially damage. Like had I went for SD right there, I probably could have started winning with my BULU. But we'll Protect up first just to get a little bit of recovery, get my boy back up at full, make sure I don't have to worry about coming in on Lando later. And I'm gonna bring out my Tornadus here. If he wants to go for knockoff, I don't care. If he goes for another U-turn, I'm out of range of his attacks. Basically, keeping BULU at full is the idea behind that set and allowing it to beat teams like that. So brings out Heatran, which is great because I can go right for the all-out pummeling. I will throw off an all-out pummeling no matter what here. My opponent might expect me to U-turn myself. I would get a Brox as well. Like I think this is a safe rock turn, so potentially getting rid of offensive Heatran, which I think it is great. Unfortunately, he's able to get a Brox there, but we can defog to ensure that we hit our Focus Blast, which is pretty cool. I'll be able to defog on literally half his team, so I don't really mind. And him giving me that damage is sick. So this is where it gets a little bit problematic because he brings out Mawile. Now he could be Fire Punch. I think he's definitely going for knockoff because I have a Heatran. And I really want to Focus Blast just for the chip damage. But it's not worth risking my Torn when it's a lot better right now. Or a lot better in this game. Could be Fire Fang. I'll bring in ZYGARDE because I don't mind my ZYGARDE getting knocked off here. I think the ZYGARDE again is the just Focus Punches. Did he not Mega? Oh yeah, he did, okay. Nice. So I can bring out Heatran now. I just Magma Storm. If you go out to your own Heatran, I'm at full HP, so I live a hit. If you go Lando, that's fine too. Especially because I just weaken you to +1 Scizor's EQ range. Yo, I really want to stay in, but it's not worth the risk. Like, I super want to stay in right there. Even though I know you're going for U-turn. Like, I really want to stay in. That Mawile is a threat, man. The Focus Punch is annoying. Ooh, that's a threat. That is a threat and a half. Luckily, I'm actually going to be able to Mega and U-turn, and the reason I'm U-turning is because I'll be able to bring out my Heatran if he's Fire Fang. I kind of doubt it if he's that set. Goes for Ice Punch. Do I want to Earth Power here? Or do I want to Magma Storm again? I feel like Magma Storm again is the play. But if I get rid of... I'm going to Earth Power, actually. Because if I'm my opponent, I bring out Heatran now. Because Magma Storm literally claims me a KO. This also guarantees me the damage on that. Oh, nice play on my opponent's part, though. Bringing out Torn. Now, I don't think I mind this thing getting knocked off right now. I guess he's going to bring out Heatran on the pivot. No, he brings out Tangrowth, so land. That is a really, really questionable play. I think what my opponent's trying to do is force me to go for Magma Storm so they can Earthquake me. Yeah. But I already talked about I'm clicking these attacks this live, so I'll gladly get rid of your Ash Greninja answer. Like, look at Ash Greninja and look at my opponent's team now. Always go Torn. We throw off Hurricane. We throw off Hurricanes here. As he goes to his own Torn, and this is max special attack investment, so it does a good chunk. I might as well throw off another one, you know what I'm saying? I don't really mind any of the damage. Like, look at Dark Pulse and look at my opponent's team as well. Oh, this is great too if I land on Mawa. I am hitting all these attacks today. BULU is still useful as it beats Lando and it beats Lele. I'm actually going to Focus Blast. Look at all my attacks I'm landing today. We take those. We for sure take those. Hell yeah, we take those. So this allows me to get in HEATRAN and just go for Earth Power. I want to click Rock so badly, expecting him to go Torn. But that's a misplay. I'm taking that damage. Yes, he's able to click Earthquake now with Lando, but between BULU and M-Scizor, I don't think I'm as worried about Lando. Soon it's going to be a Bullet Punch sweep too. Lele, obviously, I got to get rid of, but I don't know. Actually, I made a misplay. That was the freest Greninja of my life. What was I thinking? Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a poor play on my part. I should have for sure went Gren. So, yeah, that was the freest Battle Bond Gren of my life. So please, I think I was so dead set on getting up rocks to pressure Lando and whatnot. I went for that. But ideally, we hit this Magma Storm here as we do. Nice. Go for more Stealth Rock. If you want to U-turn, that's fine too. I get up rocks regardless. Ew, I'm not liking that play. I'm not liking that play by myself. I also don't see the point in you going for defog, as you're gonna have to be forced to either U-turn. I get up rocks in Magma Storm. I'm pretty sure this is the last turn of Magma Storm. Yeah, so I get up rocks. Lando comes out and can't do crap. I get him BULU. He's gonna go for a U-turn. That doesn't matter. And I already talked about how my HEATRAN being at full HP means I'm a counter to his HEATRAN. So I don't gotta worry about that at all. Lele comes out. I guess Lele's problematic. You guys think it's Calm Mind? I think that even if it is Calm Mind, it doesn't matter. Yeah, even if it's Calm Mind, if it's all up pummeling, it doesn't matter. I literally just need damage for Greninja, and because he's clicking Psychic, it doesn't matter either. Like Lele's in range of Gren, and this looks like if I get up grassy terrain, I sweep him a Water Shuriken. So I think I'm making the right play. Yeah, so Lando dies upon switching. I always go... I think I always go on BULU here. As he explodes. Wow. Okay, I did not expect the explosion for sure. That was something I did not expect at all. So that was a misplay too on my part, maybe. No. There's no one move that Lele can lock himself into that sweeps me. And there's no way you're double scarf either. That boy said good game. There's no way you're double scarf. Get out of here. But I say that's spec psychic, dude. You did like 10 million% to Spadef HEATRAN. Good game, dude. I played this poorly though. Good game. I wish I played it better. Nice. Alright, I don't like that though. I don't like winning off of a poor game. Like, this was an easy win. First off, I think that's Specs Lele. 33% to max Spadef. Either Specs or Z, but like we're max Spadef HEATRAN, almost max. But yeah, that was a. I apologize. Like but this is the good thing too, because you learn a lot from a loss, but you can also learn from a win. Like this could have been played a lot cleaner. For example, I literally went Greninja, went on the 4% Mawile, clicked Dark Pulse, and claimed the KO no matter what. So learn from me, guys. I'm acknowledging my mistakes, and hopefully, that's step one to the problem. Acknowledging your mistakes. This guy has Psychic Spam. He has 2 Psychic Tests. I just said Psychic Spam. Maybe Sash lead Lando. Yo, this guy is a problematic team. I'm leading Torrent because of its speed. Basically here, how do I beat Hawlucha? How do I beat Hawlucha? How do I beat? So I like M-Scizor in this if I'm able to get it, start it going. I gotta get rid of. I literally gotta get rid of Lele and Marowak, and I think M-Scizor can win. Leads Lele. Specs is the only set that can knock out Tornadus, so I'm gonna go for knockoff here. And it's Scarf. Okay, so that's good to know. So we know it's Scarf Lele now. We're able to get rid of its item. This means Greninja's probably freed up as hell in this game. And what I'm gonna do is actually bring out my. I was gonna say I'm gonna bring out my BULU and double out the HEATRAN, but I think that going hard. I wish I was Z. I think going hard HEATRAN's fine. Yeah. I think that's completely fine, especially because like if he stays in with Lele to Focus Blast, he's wasting his terrain turns. I am super scared of Hawlucha and of I'm super scared of Hawlucha and of Hoopa. But ZYGARDE easily lives 1 Shadow Bone. Not easily, but it lives 1 Shadow Bone, and it gets a KO with 1,000 arrows, which is going to be important. And he goes from Boomerang, expecting me to go HEATRAN. That was a really aggressive play. I feel like Shadow Bone literally got the job done. And now you're pretty much forced to sack 1 Mon that I needed for Scizor to win. So now he's going to be able to bring out Lele. Doubling out to Hawlucha is a problem. For sure. Luckily, Hawlucha is affected by all my priority. Bullet Punch, Extreme Speed, and Water Shuriken, regardless of terrain, just because it's in the air. Leonard's comes out. I feel like Torn is always the best play as he goes for Defog. I don't see a Hurricane switching. Like for example, Mawile, if it gets hit by Hurricane prior to Mega Evolving, this Z move is gonna blow it back. So I'm definitely gonna go for Hurricane here. That might be Scarf Lando with Defog then. If it is, yeah, if it's Defog Lando, I think it was Rocks Marowak, and I feel like he should have went for Rocks as opposed to trying to catch HEATRAN. Ooh, very nice, very nice. However, where art thou resistances? And I click Dark Pulse over Hydro Pump because I want to guarantee my Water Shuriken for later. Lele for sure gets to come out now. We don't have to worry about Lando, no Intimidators. I still have this beastly Dark Pulsing Mon. Mawile can come out though. Okay, I knock out Lele. But is that what I want? I don't think so. I think I need to go BULU and get rid of his terrain. And I'll switch out faster, which means that you won't be able to get in Hawlucha right now. Nice. If I'm my opponent, I think that I go out into Mawile here. So I'm actually going to go out to ZYGARDE, and this is really nice because I get the slower double as well. I get the grassy terrain recovery, which puts me out of range of Sucker Punch, and I pretty much claim a KO with 1,000 arrows. And the great thing is, if my opponent sacks Lele to get in Hawlucha, I can 1,000 arrows that as well while it's forced to set up, and then it's in range of Shuriken. Or even me switching out and going for Extreme Speed again. So this is really nice. Just a really nice position for me, I feel. There you go. Go ahead and give me that Lele. Hawlucha gets the Spadef raise, not the defense raise, so I'm going to be able to go for the 1,000 arrows, and my opponent didn't even go for Swords. I didn't realize 1,000 arrows just raw killed. Yo, Psychic Terrain means my opponent can't even go for Sucker Punch on me. So I'm going to keep clicking 1,000 arrows until I drop. And there's no way... He has to be a really ridiculous Hawlucha set to sweep me at this point. It has to be like Z Snatch, which is not that ridiculous, now that I think about it. Good game, dude. Nice. But it had to be like Z Snatch, Gunk Shot, Fire Punch, Focus Blast. Like that. It had to be something like that in order to actually sweep me. So, good. Glad we won that game. Still have yet to get a Cursed Scizor sweep. You know what's funny? I was telling Chipback I'm going to use this team. He's like, you're not getting one Cursed Scizor sweep. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. Every single time I try and sweep with a specific mod, it doesn't work. Looking at my opponent's team, I'm thinking it's Stealth Rock, Clef, Scarf, Lando, Z Heatran, maybe Bulk Up SD, BULU, Mega Latios, and then T-Spike Toxapex. So Heatran has its work cut out for it. It has to trap Clefable. It has to trap this thing. It has to trap... It has its work cut out for it, that's for sure. Absolutely love Torn in this. I'm throwing out a lot of pummeling immediately. Yeah, this is really step one for me winning. Oh, is that Z or is that just leftovers? Oh, okay, nice. It was just leftovers. It misses, unfortunately, which means I also get off a knockoff here, which is pretty important. Don't mind. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. I am so lucky today. Land's toxic, but that... I don't know, man. This is luck. Give me Heatran, land. Okay, enough messing around with the luck. Heatran's at 4. I have a Cursed Mega Scizor, which gets to Mega Evolve in U-turn here, so this is good. Black Scizor was knocked off. Go for Magma Storm here. I'm not going to go for Earth Power. I'm going to go for Magma Storm as it potentially connected on the Scarf Lando right there. Cursed Scizor is looking good to go, man. It is looking really good to go. You can explode, I guess, on Tornadus if you want. I'm a little bit disappointed on the damage. My opponent's probably going to double. They run Earthquake, Roost, Ice Beam, so like Scizor always is a good pivot because it can always U-turn no matter what. And I'll bring out young Heatran here. I go for Magma Storm one more time. If he goes out to his own Heatran, then I'm going to Earth Power, obviously. If he goes Clef, he has lost his Clefable, so I'm a little bit perplexed by that. And I'm actually going to get up Rocks because I want to make sure that his Heatran's gone too. Like, I want to make sure Clef is in range of... Look at 1,000 Arrows and look at his team. Always taunt you. Yeah, you're doing a little bit too much damage. I don't like that. Oh, and he went here on the turn that I click Earth Power. Beautiful. So I get rid of Tran, which is amazing for Scizor. Scizor is looking ridiculously good right now. He goes Lando. He's for sure going to go for Defog. I don't care. Like, that does not matter at all. I just throw off a raw Hurricane here. And show me your Heatran switch-ins. Ooh! Very nice play. Scizor actually getting its first sweep today. Nice. Don't mind you giving me that much damage on you. Especially when I get in the GOAT. And he gives me the KO too. I was actually debating spiking, I'm not gonna lie, so I can respect that play. But hey, Ash Greninja's in and still didn't get a Scizor sweep. But I mean, the team worked exactly how I wanted it to. Heatran is supposed to put in work versus this type of team. Tornadus luring Heatran is also super good. Where does that leave us at? Yeah, because I'm kind of tempted to. I think that's a good place to end it. That's 16-19. Nice. We still have 6 losses. Ew. 16-19, I think that's a really good place to end it. Like, the team was really solid. All out pummeling Tornadus, man. All out pummeling Tornadus put in so much more work than... Like, I know it's supposed to lure Heatran. It's S rank. Heatran's S rank, so Heatran's going to be used a lot as much as Lando. But I'm surprised at how much work it put in the entire time. We weren't really able to win ever with like BULU or Scizor, but Scizor being able to pivot around was fire. I very much enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys did too. Of course, if you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I think it was a great episode in my opinion. Undefeated with a team is always fun. And a few misplays though on my part. Like I said, learn from my mistakes. Acknowledge your own mistakes. That's step one to getting better. Figuring out what you're doing wrong. Again, in that example of the game versus the Mawile dude, it was a 4% Mawile. The dude had 0 dark resist. Half his Pokemon were at half. Go Greninja and get my Battle Bond. I would have been so mad at myself if that was a tournament game and I was playing it like that. But once again, thank you for watching. I do hope you guys all enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.